Well, good evening. Shatika here. I am doing something totally different, totally impromptu, but I want to see what is happening when I go live directly on YouTube. So while this is a topic, I am doing a test at the same time. So yes, this was not scheduled, but my goal is to go live on Wednesdays, as this is the Winning and Wealth Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that you can experience me on a regular basis, right? And I'm not necessarily anywhere else but YouTube at 8 p.m. on tonight. So you got my full, undivided attention. All right. So today I want to talk a little bit about, annuities, and I want to see who comes on the live, and maybe when I go more regularly, you guys will be able to see me and be able to experience me on a new spectrum. So I'm having a lot more conversations with clients about annuities. People are reaching out about annuities, and people are understanding what they can do for them, the power of the annuity. So for you those of you that may not know about annuities and aren't aware of what they can do for you, it's basically just purchasing income in the future for your older self so that you can have peace of mind and greater financial security. Okay. Some people use, different types of life policies to do that. Um, and ideally for long-term play, they will look at, say, an IUL. An IUL is going to be one that's going to show you what it can do for you long term versus short term, with chronic, critical, and terminal illness attached to it. And if you have some type of challenge medically, heart attack, cancer, stroke, or dementia, you'll be able to access that death benefit to be able to use while you're living. So it's called a life insurance for a reason, not death insurance, because you can use it while you're living. All right. So you can maximize your funds. There, I heard someone say this last year or year before, that wealth was on sale. And they said that the cheapest place you can buy wealth is through a life insurance policy. And it could be more true, because I don't care what you put your money into, you can get a whole lot more return. God forbid, right? Unfortunately, someone has to pass away, but you can get a whole lot more return on your contribution, because insurance is not an investment. You can get a whole lot more on your contribution with life insurance than you can anywhere else. But for some reason, people, they sleep on life insurance. So you put in, $20,000 over a few years, and you get, for the 5 figures that you put in, you're going to get 6 figures back, right? On average. So you can add a lot more zeros over time. If, God forbid, something was to happen. But if something doesn't happen and you have health challenges, you now have a nice emergency fund in the event that you have heart attack, cancer, stroke, dementia, those types of things. And you have an emergency fund, generally speaking, with the cash value that you can build inside of it. So why annuity versus an IUL? It depends on the individual and what they have going on. Everybody is not going to be healthy, and everybody is not going to be able to get an IUL. IULs, honestly, only 30% of people qualify for them in some aspects, maybe a little higher in others, but you have to be pretty healthy to get an IUL, because they're going to put out a significant amount of return on your contribution. And they want to know that you are going to be pretty healthy to allow them to do that. And they want to keep that money for a long period of time. And the surrender charge is for the first 10 years. It's pretty hefty on whatever you contribute the first 10 years of the policy. So you got to be in it for the long haul. You got to have the long play, just like an annuity. You have, generally speaking, on annuities, a 10-year surrender charge period as well. And yeah, you may be able to access 10% of the annuity on average, but you still have that surrender charge period, right? So if you can't get approved for the IUL, then annuity would be another viable option for individuals that's looking for compound. And we know what Albert Einstein says the eighth wonder of the world is the actual compounding, right? He or she that understands compounding will make a lot of money. he or she that don't understand compounding will lose a lot of money, right? Because unfortunately, you'll be compounding in the wrong direction with debt. So I'm here to really talk about, people that actually have an annuity. They live off of the interest of the annuity. The goal is to be able to not touch your principal. If you are someone that's disciplined in saving, an annuity may work for you because it does compound without any losses in the market, even though it may model the growth of the market when it goes up, but you don't lose any money as well. Same thing with the IUL. They are like in the same. If we're talking about an index annuity, so let's talk about that. You have the variable annuity, just like you have variable, types of other types of financial assets. In other words, you can lose money or you can gain. Then you have the index annuity where you don't lose a penny, but you can make money if the market goes in the right direction. Then you have the fixed annuity where if before you even get into it, exactly what your annuity amount is going to be. Rather that's 5%, 6%, or whatever that percentage is. So typically, whenever you purchase an annuity, let's say you purchase that annuity at the age of 40, you know what your income is going to be in that annuity if you decide to take that money out and get you a stream of income using what's called a lifetime income benefit rider, or the LIBOR. You know that it's going to be, say, 4% of whatever that balance is, or 5 or 6 or 7, whatever percent. It's called a payout factor. You'll know what the payout factor is when you purchase it. So you'll know how much money you'll be able to receive. For some people, they need to understand, if I get Social Security, I have this amount. If I have a pension, I get this amount. Or if I get either one, or if I don't get any, what will I need? So annuity acts in the same. It can supplement Social Security or pension, because what happens is you're just getting an income based on what you were able to contribute at a younger age. And over time, it's going to compound and make a lot more for you in most cases, especially if it's an index, because you can't lose a penny in it, right? Definitely look at, for one young lady, she is actually 61 years old. And we looked at her doing a $50,000 annuity. She already has like 800,000. She's just looking at a little bit more. And I told her, like, today, I'm like, this is a miracle that's happening with this 50,000. If you live to be 90 years old, this 50,000 is going to give you 500 approximately. We can't guarantee any results. Let's be clear. Past results don't equal future results. And I am not giving you financial advice today. I'm just giving you some facts so that you can understand, for educational purposes, what we're talking about today. But this young lady, if she puts that $50,000 in today, then when she's 90, by the time she's 90, I should say, for this specific type of annuity, okay, because you got several types of annuity, even within the index. But for this particular one, it gives you 35% bonus money on what you roll over into the account, minimum of $5,000. She would actually be at $543,000 accumulated by the time she's 90 years old. Where else could you put your money in? And based on historical data and projection, have 10x your money by the time you're 90, no matter how old you are, right? Because she's 60 already. She's already 61. So let's say she's 90, that's how many years? That's 29 more years. She will have lived and received $543,000 in payments. Where else can you do that at? So people like annuities when they want to make sure that they can leverage, that's the key word, their money to be able to receive more than the contributions that they actually put into that account. Now, if you did that with an IUL, you're not going to see a significant gain. But the difference with the IUL and the annuities, at the IUL, you're going to end up having to pay taxes. You are going to end up paying taxes on the annuity, not with the IUL. If you do take out loans versus withdrawals with the IUL, let's be clear. Because the annuity is tax deferred, IUL is pretty much tax free unless you do something crazy like try to put too much money into it or take out a bunch of withdrawals and not loans. your IUL is also going to be tax-free. All right. So just be clear on, the taxation of both types of account, what you're trying to accomplish when you put your money in those types of account, and what you can expect. Of course, with an annuity, you don't have those riders that you have with an IUL. Depending on what type of annuity you have, if it's an income annuity, you may have what's called a wellness rider, meaning that if you have certain qualifying illnesses, your income would actually double for up to, depending on the carrier, up to 5 years or so, right? So you can leverage even more income in during, qualifying illnesses. You do have protection in both types, from probate and those types of things, right? So if you ever have a lawsuit, they can't touch those types of accounts. So they're protected from not only market volatility and losses in the market, they're also protected from lawsuits. And in IUL, you're protected from taxation. So those are kind of the pros and cons, but they're both, retirement types of accounts. If you have any more questions, we never want to be long. We only want to be strong. We're going to go ahead and log off and go to a different platform. But we wanted to make sure we got on here and talk a little bit about the differences between annuity and the IUL more specifically. And why did I say IUL and not term and not whole life? Because those are more temporary or short-term types of products. That's why we said IUL. Those are for a long term. All right. If you have any questions, you know how to reach out to us. Just go to shatika.com and reach out, and we can help you in any way that we possibly can. The goal is to get more people to start some type of account in their younger years, because I get tired of hearing people say, I wish I would have put away more money sooner. Wish I would have met you sooner. I wish I would have understood this sooner. And so if you want to be able to get more information on how you can position yourself for retirement, go ahead and download our retirement planning guide. Just go to shatika.com and click on, I want to, download this retirement checklist, and that's going to help you position for greater planning and those types of things. All right. Well, we're happy to have you watch this replay, and we're going to get out of here, and we'll try to be back here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. as well. We'll have that topic out for you as we continue to move in greater excellence as it relates to this YouTube channel. God bless you. Have an amazing evening. We'll see you at the top.